Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So welcome back to our channel. Thank you for always sticking around. If you're new here, kindly subscribe and help us grow our community. As you may have seen on the title, I am done, guys. No more babies. Like, I love children and all, but I'm not having any more children of my own. If I can adopt, I will do that. But as for getting pregnant and pushing on through those 9 months and pushing the baby out, it's a no, guys. So I want to tell you the experience I had with my BTL. What is BTL? BTL stands for bilateral tubal ligation. BTL is a surgical procedure that involves blocking the fallopian tube to prevent the ovum. The ovum is the egg. So the blocking of the fallopian tube to prevent the egg from being fertilized. It sounds so easy, but even the doctors will tell you it's a very small procedure that will be, and it's true, it's not a major surgery as anyone would imagine, but the things they will do to you while blocking that tube, tying the tube, you've heard women say they've tied their tubes. My God, this was, oh my God, something I have never experienced. I felt like it was like something that was out of this world. And then after the procedure, I was sharing with this friend of ours, and she asked me, "What did you do? What happened?" And I told her, "Okay, I didn't want to tell anyone, but this is what I did. I went and tied my tubes, and now I'm trying to heal the wound." And she laughed, and then she told me, "Oh my God, I know exactly what you're going through because I did that." And now we were discussing the procedure. We were discussing that. So as we were both discussing, we agreed that it was a very uncomfortable procedure. So I'll tell you how it's done. PTL can be done by cutting, burning, removing sections of the fallopian tubes, or placing clips on each tube. Before we get into the details of how it was done and how my experience was, I want you guys to know that I'm not a medical professional, and I am just sharing my experience as per what I was taught, or as per what I was told when I made the decision to go for BTL. Okay, so you heard that BTL can be done by cutting, burning, or removing parts of your fallopian tube, or even placing clips. Now this procedure is irreversible. I went for cutting. Why? Because once you've made a decision, you've made a decision. It has been said that only a fool doesn't change their mind. But in this case, when it comes to making a decision about bringing human beings into this world, I don't think this is something you can like play with. Like, you say you don't want any more children today and then change your mind tomorrow. No, I think this is something that requires a serious decision. Yeah. Anyway, so this was my decision and I went ahead with it. How did I come to know about this thing, or how much did I pay? Actually, my procedure was done absolutely free. One day when I was browsing on Facebook, I saw a pop-up about this. I don't know if I should say the name or not. I don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed. So I will just not say the name. So I saw this pop-up and someone was saying that on Saturday, let's say on Saturday, there will be a free procedure for BTL. Tell a friend to tell a friend. So I went in and I saw the phone number they had. I contacted the lady and she was very nice, and she told me, yeah, I can come in. I had said that if the reception of the person that I would talk to first isn't encouraging, I don't think I will go through with it. Like, I will look for another place and stuff like that. So this lady was so good to me, and so we made an agreement, and she told me the time that I should be there. And I asked about, actually, I asked about almost everything, but I forgot to ask about what to wear, and like it didn't record in my mind that I might need something comfortable. Like, I mean, that should be common sense, but hey, I don't know, naive, a bit ignorant, and she kept saying that the procedure is very small. Like, it's not something that will stop you from going about your business after it's done. We headed over there, so me and my cousin were just sitting there and trying to observe like how people are coming out of the procedure rooms, and like you were getting a bit scared, but it was okay. Then they called us in a room and like took our details, asked a few questions just to know us, and then explained a little about the procedure, and they would confirm with us, so are you ready to still go ahead with it? After a discussion, and then you decide, yeah, for sure I'm going for this. Now you're prepared and you're told to go in that room. When I get into that room, oh my god, I mean, the sight of it was a little bit scary for me. And I think at that moment I was going into panic attack. I started thinking, oh my god, I've heard, do you remember that guy? He used to be I think he used to be a writer on the newspaper or something, and he was a very famous guy. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name right this moment, but he had like a small, like you see this small thing that I have here. He had something like somewhere on his body, and he decided to go and remove it. It was a very minor surgery, and when he did it afterwards, I think he developed some complications and he died. And now these things started coming back to me, like, oh my god, I've had people do these minor surgeries and they develop complications afterwards and they die. And why I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell anyone, and like, oh my god, what am I doing? And I also came with my cousin, and I'm thinking, what if she dies? What if she dies? What am I going to tell him? What are we going to say? And I started sweating, I think, and that is the moment when now I'm laying on top of that bed, and the lamps are like shining on me, and I feel like this is the end of me, I'm dying. And the doctors noticed that, and they started telling me, Elizabeth, you need to relax, you need to breathe, relax. They started now telling me stories and trying, to engage me in a conversation to make sure that I was relaxed. And they would ask me some funny questions, like, so a lot of stuff to keep you interested. And so they would like start working on me. But there was this moment when now they finally opened me up, and now that because I told you the procedure involved the cutting, burning, or all that, and I went for the cutting, and they have to pull the tubes. They have to like pull the tubes from this side and this side, and then when they're pulling the tube, they use this, it's like I'm just assuming, laying like this, you can't see whatever is happening, and they will just they make a small incision right under your belly button, and it's not even big. So they're using that small hole that they've made on you to reach to the tubes and pull them up, and so they can work on them. So this process where they're pulling the tubes like this, oh my god, you can feel it. You can feel as if your whole intestines or whatever organs are inside there, it's like they are being stretched, like they're being pulled. You can feel this kind of, oh, it's so uncomfortable. It was like, oh my god, it's not pain as per se, it's like that uncomfortable feeling. Can you imagine someone trying to pull some stuff inside of you, like your intestines, and God, I can't even explain. Only someone who has done it maybe can explain. I don't know. And maybe my experience and that of my friend and that of my cousin was different. But I highly doubt that the three of us can have the same experience, and like the others can have a different experience. Because they don't put you to sleep. They only numb the area where they'll be working on. So at the same time, you're still talking to them, and they're still distracting you with stories. And this is also involving a lot of bleeding. So they are just keeping you awake. They will keep telling you, stay with us, keep telling us, because at some point you feel like I'm running out of air. I'm about to lose consciousness, and they like, keep, stay with us, tell us this, tell us, and distracting you. But the moment those tubes are being pulled like this, oh my god. If I was to go back, I don't think I would do it. If I knew how uncomfortable it can get, I don't think I would do it right now. But I'm not trying to instill fear on anyone who wants to do it. If I had gotten a piece of advice about it, trusted me, I would have thought twice about it. But I do not regret this decision, because I'm a mom of 3. What else do I want? Some people will be like, what if you get married and someone wants children? If I am meeting a man now, I need to make it clear to them that I am no longer having children. I'm no longer interested in having children. And so these are my standards. Anyway, so my experience was a little bit scary. And I would advise anyone who's trying to go, just do your research and try talking to people who have done it. Maybe you will meet someone who had a different experience. I don't know. maybe you will find out that it's the same experience, but you're still ready to go on with it, because we are women, like we've seen worst. Yeah, this was just a part of my experience, because it was like my first, you know. Mm. But anyway, that was it for today. Thank you so much, and remember, always stay tuned for more and more videos. Subscribe, like, share, comment. See you on the next video.
Thank you for watching.